Is your problem the focal point? Because whatever we're attentive to is what we're filled with. It's what we're conformed to. I want to talk about our inner struggles and how at a certain point there's a need to accept them. Acceptance of them does not mean that God cannot heal them or that He won't even. What it means is acceptance of the reality that there's a pain or a problem that's there. The biggest problem I have as a recurring thing is loneliness and sadness. It's something that comes in waves that has a tendency to plague me. It's been there all my life. I don't remember a time when it wasn't there in some way, shape, or form. I have spent a lot of time trying to manage it. I spent a lot of time trying to get rid of it, to fight it, to put it away, feeling bad about it, wishing it wouldn't be there, thinking it shouldn't be there or anything else. And it's come on particularly strong over the course of the COVID-19. The reason for that is there's been a total disruption of life, right? Like everything, from my schedule to church, mass attendance, to work, and everything else. And there's been a general distancing from human relationships, which is a big part of staying clear and staying free of things like depression and sadness and loneliness and those kind of things. This whole situation has really dredged it to the surface. It's brought it forward in a brand new way. And I'm really grateful for it. This is the thing that I finally came to accept. About a week ago, I watched a documentary of a band, and this particular band's leader used to be a drug addict and is in recovery, stuff like that. And they did this documentary as a sort of way to be of service to other people who struggle in that way. The singer was there to talk and answer questions and stuff live on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, which was cool. A lot of people kept asking about loneliness and depression. And they asked him, are you free of it? Is it gone? Do you still struggle with it? And he said, absolutely. And he said, I welcome it to the dinner table. I welcome it to the dinner table. And for me, that was a moment that just the light went on. I have spent my entire life with the particular issue I have there, trying to get rid of it, trying to fight it, combat it, everything I just said a few minutes ago. I've had my attention on it instead of recognizing that this is a part of my heart. It's a broken part of my heart, my mind, my emotions. It's part of my fallen humanity that's there, and I need to bring it to the dinner table, meaning I need to embrace it. My dad had lung cancer. He ended up dying of it. And at some point, he had to accept the reality that there's this cancer there. And it's in the acceptance of this reality that there's cancer, of not fighting it anymore, of just it's there, and then figuring out how to deal with it. See, my loneliness and my sadness had become the forefront of my thinking. It had become what I was focused on, what I was challenged by, and what I wanted to overcome. And you know what that means is not at the front and center of my mind, heart, and what I want to become and focus on? Jesus. That's what I want you to think about today. Is your problem the focal point? Because whatever we're attentive to is what we're filled with. It's what we're conformed to. That's really important. So I have this soul sickness that comes and goes. The other thing that I've had to accept is I may struggle with it the rest of my life. I don't know. It may be something that He wants to heal. He may heal it tomorrow. He may heal it 10 years from now, or it just may be a part of life. People have heart conditions, and they're just a part of life, and they have to adjust and deal with them for the rest of their lives. Well, some of us with interior issues think that that's not a reality for us, or we acknowledge that that may be a reality, but we fall down the rabbit hole because of it. We think that there's nothing left to live for. We think that it's just all horrible and everything is going to fall apart. It's just not true. What God wants, what God has for us is healing and wholeness in Him. Even with our sicknesses, sometimes these sicknesses are there to further the work of God. I had a friend who passed away of brain cancer, and she was absolutely amazing. And when she had brain cancer, it was like God turned on the light in a powerful way. And I saw God more through this woman when she had brain cancer than ever before in my entire relationship with her. It was so crystal clear. And even for myself, I can tell you the sadness, the loneliness, the depression that can be there at times is the very thing that connects me to the people whom He's called me to serve. It connects me. How does it connect me? Because I need to work with other people. I need to serve other people. I really need to serve other people with those particular problems because it gets me out of my own head. It gets my mind off me, and it gets me on God and other people. And therein lies the crux of it. Our problem always has been and always will be selfishness. Am I focused on me, or am I focused on God and you? Am I focused on licking my own wounds, or am I focused on loving and serving God and you? And recognizing God in you and in every other situation and moment that comes into my life. Maybe look at that. Maybe look at your own interior pain. Are you dwelling on it? Are you focusing on it? Stop. That's just selfishness. It's self. It's focused on self. The other thing that musician said that was really profound is that he was in an AA meeting and he was talking about how guilty and shameful he felt about his past. This old timer was like, "Shut up! It's just another form of selfishness. You're so focused on you and whining and complaining about how bad you feel." And he's not wrong. Guilt, shame, condemnation, all those kind of things are another form of selfishness. And they're things that the devil wants to put in there so that God cannot move through the crosses that we bear and the crosses that we share with Him and with others. Please pray for me. Know that I'm praying for you. Yeah, God's changing things. He works through all these things. He works through the darkness. He works through the light. You know, if you've got this darkness, this is the prayer I've been saying, which is technically the 7th step prayer in AA. It's, Father, please remove from me these defects of character that stand in the way of my usefulness to you and to others. That's really important. Remove these things that stand in the way of my usefulness to you and to others. If they're useful to you and to others, I want you to leave them there because it's not about me anymore. Once again, I'm praying for you. Please pray for me. And let's take over the world.